Afternoon, Gossip Talk Shows family. Is Namsa here at Gossip Talk Shows. Find your own voice, lead from within. Sorry guys, I've been off for 3 days. I've just decided to be offline for 3 days and not working, just relaxing and cleansing. And yeah, it's been really, really good. I hope you guys missed me and I hope you guys have been okay. But I'm here today, and if it is your first time at Ngozi Talk Shows, my name is Namsa. I am your love harmonist, and I here at Ngozi Talk Shows will help our audience find their own voice and lead from within. So yeah, that's us. And so the topic today is things to consider before getting married. Marriage is one of life's greatest commitment. It's a secret covenant, a merging of lives, and a promise to grow together through every season. But love alone is not enough to sustain a marriage. Building a lifelong partnership requires intentionality. It requires wisdom and a deep understanding of both yourself and the person you choose to marry. Too often, people rush into marriage driven by passion, culture, expectation, or the fear of being alone. But a true lasting marriage flourishes when it's grounded in compatibility, shared values, mutual respect. So before saying idle, there are essential areas you must explore to ensure that you are not just choosing a wedding, but you're choosing a life partner. Some people, they love getting married and they don't consider other things as long as they find someone who wants to put a ring on it. So why is it matters to actually choose the right partner? It motivates, it shapes the marriage. Neediness pressure, it takes away the pressure, energies, chasing road commitment when life gets real and things can get messy. So how do you explore if you are marrying the right partner? Generally, if they were like general, if there were no wedding photos, would I still choose this person? If there was no ring on it, there was no wedding, there was no photos, just you and this person, would you marry them? To discuss why now, why this person, why do you need to marry them and why us? So it's really, really important. Green flags, choosing marriage to build a life, serve one another and grow. So when it's red flags is when escaping loneliness, when trying to fix a problem, family pressure. Sometimes our family can pressure us to get married. They will be like, when are you having kids? When are you getting married? So there are all these things. Number two is emotionally readiness. Why does matter unmanaged emotions turn small issues into chronic patterns? How do you explore this? Notice the reaction during stress. The reason why, guys, it is important to actually evaluate the person you marry is really, really important. During tough times, how does this person handle stress? Stress. There are some women who cannot handle stress. There are some men who cannot handle stress. When things get tough, they don't want to be in that scene. So it's really, really, really important when you like evaluate your spouse in different occasions, or how do they handle, like when there's pressure, how do they handle, because how they are going to handle that moment, how they're going to respond to the stress is how they are going to respond when you get married to them. Marriage is not a job. I can guarantee you guys it's not a job. It's it requires your all in all to give it all. There is no part of you that you can say, I can't give this part of me. It requires you to give everything. And mostly if you're going to have kids as well, it's even, you need to be strong if you're going to have kids in that relationship because so it's important to choose a spouse, not because you want kids, but just because you want to be, you choose that person. And first of all, you choose to be with them and you feel they are the right person for you. And also um, you can consider pre-marital counseling, accountability, like green, like red flags. They involve blame, shifting, stonewalling, explosive reaction, or silent treatment. So those are the red flags when someone is blaming, someone is shifting, stonewalling, explosive reaction. It means that they're giving you silent treatment. I used to give silent treatment because I didn't know, I didn't have the skills that like to deal with my relationship. So I'll give someone a silence, like I'll be like, I'm not talking to this person, whatever happened. So why should I talk to them? And the other thing is that is important is the share values. Why does it matter? Value drives a decision about money, but kids, community, faith, and truth. So it's really, really important. How do we explore? And also, if you are somebody who is like, when we say share values, if you are someone who has got strong family values, it's really, really, really important to make sure that you find someone that is in that situation. Like for me, my family are everything. I just love my family. I don't have my dad. My daddy died. My stepdaddy died. So it's my mom having a man that cares about how my mom is and how she's getting on her well-being. To me, is really really important. Um, for all those things is really really important. So you have to date somebody with the shared values. Um, is really really important and faith and truth as well. Someone who is truthful, someone who stands by you regardless of what. Rank top values separate. So faith service, it has to be excellent, someone who is honest. And then you can compare and see whether this person, but don't rush anything. Green flags is when overlap on non-negotiable respect for differences. So red flags is when values are personal, not up for discussion, chronic clashes, or on ethics. There are some people who their values are so personal. Like myself, I'm a Christian, guys. I'm a Christian, but I'm not a religious person because sometimes people get marked. You get marked, labeled that religious people are this, but I'm not religious because God was never religious. He was crucified by a religious person. For me, my Christianity, I go to church and then I come home. So my values are not personal, like to say, oh, I can't negotiate them. I can't negotiate the love of God because people will always let me down. But the love of God, it can never, it's in my heart as well. So it's not that I'm sharing when I love God, it's not that it is affecting the men that I love. So it's important, guys, to have those shared values. And when you date someone, not to say uh, people who are very, very judgmental. There are some people who are very updated guys that are, when it comes to Christianity, they are very, very just judgmental. And for me, I find that when someone loves what they do, If you are a nice person, a very kind person, you will never judge that person based on who they are, what they do. If someone like, if I love music, like I love sports, I love music. So if someone is judging me for loving music, that's the same thing with me being a Christian. So these are Christian values. Music is the things that I love to do. And all those things. So you have to be with someone that truly, truly unapologetic. They accept you for who you are as a person, and they don't like try to tell you what you can do, what you can. It's just that person that supports you through that journey in a relationship. So you need that kind of a person. Like myself, I like to educate myself. I like to make sure that my children have opportunities. I do some research. I want my children to have opportunities based on the things that they love. So if I see that my child loves this, what I do is I do research based on what they love. And if I can't afford it, I then have to go online and do some research. How can I find them to actually have this opportunity to do the things that they love to do? So for me, as that kind of a character, I need somebody that is very, very supportive behind, that will stay behind, stand by me, not someone that will criticize or say, you can't do this, you can't do this. So I like those things. I'm that kind of a person. So meaning that, guys, when you date someone, that's why it's important to get to know the person first. Communicate with them. Get to know the things that they like. The red flags shows up straight away. When sometimes the people can pretend that they are okay with what you're doing, and then later on it will show up. But don't compromise your life. Never ever compromise your life to please somebody else, to fit somebody else's desires. If somebody loves you, they have to love you for who you are. Like I said, I love to educate myself. I'm not somebody, woman that gets up in the morning. I only get this 4 hours sleep. Like maybe like for the past last month, I've been getting three, I think three. I've been going to bed 4 minutes past, like maybe like 4:15 or 4:30. And I have to be up by 7 or 7:30. Not too much sleep. But so yeah, so it's really, really important when you look at your life and look at that man and that or that woman that will complement, because people start having problems in a relationship because there are things that already been labeled of what does a good relationship look like. It's been labeled as one for the whole world, the society, the family. This is what they expect a good relationship has to look like, but that's not the case. Every relationship is different, is designed for an individual, for that individual people. It's not designed for everybody. So my relationship, what works for me, is not going to work for somebody else because those two people are different. So you have to find something. You have to find what works in your relationship based on your character, based on where you see yourself in 2 years' time or in 5 years' time, based on the person you're dating. What do they want? What are they looking for? So based on the two people, not looking at your siblings or looking at your friends and wanting your relationship to run smooth like the way your friends are, or it doesn't work. For me, I'm a woman. I sacrifice. I make a sacrifice for my children. My children are very, very, very expensive. So I make a sacrifice. But the person that I'm dating, they might not agree with me making a sacrifice. They may want to go on expensive holidays. So all these things you have to sit down. Does it bad if that's what they want to know? It's not. But for me, it's a sacrifice for my children to give them good education, um, and make sure they have, because what you become is the foundation of your parents, and what your parents, the foundation that they give you is what you become later. So I make sure that I'm there for my children, and I make sure that I make sacrifice for them. So, but but it might not work for somebody else. So it's important, guys, to make sure that when you choose a life partner, you choose a life partner based on what you think is right, not what uh, people say is right or the society. Life goals and vision, I've mentioned that true vision without unity create a division. So you have to be united. People have to you have to have a unity in a relationship. If you do things and there is no unity in it, I've seen my friends that are the relationship that they are in, when the things that they did before they got married, they're no longer doing them now. They had to give up everything. The marriage became their vision. So you don't have to do that. Marriage does not have to be a vision. And then, because that's when a relationship doesn't work, that's when people start falling apart. They're like, I gave up everything. But you don't have to. You have to continue your destiny. You have to continue and be the woman or the man that God created you to be in order for that relationship to work. And also create working as a unity. Like I said before, that like things are different. People are doing things in different. So faith is spiritual beliefs. That's number 5. Why does it matter? Beliefs shape identity, decision, how we make decisions, holidays, and parenting. So all of these things are important. Like myself, like in the UK, I don't agree with the United Kingdom, where they say when a child turns, is it 17 or 16, they have to go to the pub. You have to force them to give them beer, to be alcoholic. I don't agree with that. So in my culture, in my clash with somebody else, is culture. So for me, I'm a believer that believes that a child needs to make her own or his own decision. They need to make their own decision whether they want to drink or they don't want to drink. Not to them just because they have turned 18 or they've turned 17 or they've turned 16 and now they can drink with their parents. If how much does the beer cost? And who's going to fund for that beer for somebody to drink? So some of the things for myself, not because I'm a Christian, is because when I was raised, my father did drink. My grandmother did drink. But for me, now, when I was older, I was given a choice. I was never forced to say just because we drink, you have to drink, you have to taste beer. No, I was given a choice to grow up, go and find work. My parents were very, very clear. You want to find something, you have to pay it yourself for yourself. So I was given that opportunity to go and find work and then make a decision if I really want to drink. Because sometimes our children can become alcoholic because of us. And the brain as well is growing. So if that person, a child, is given a beer, my daughter went out one day to her friend's house, and one of the parents decided to give her beer. She came home, she was drunk. So to me, I was like, who gives you the authority to get my daughter drunk? without me, without even consulting me. Just because she has turned this age, it doesn't mean she's allowed to drink. It's got to be her choice. So those things sometimes they might crash, but it's the things that you can communicate with your spouse anyways, the things that you can communicate to say, listen, because it's hard to raise a child that is someone who is alcoholic is really, really hard. Because sometimes the children can get out of control. To say, listen, we're gonna raise our child and our child is gonna be different, is gonna be different. For me, I had to make my own decision. Even with the church and my Christianity, I had to make a decision when I was 18 if I wanted to be baptized or not to be Christian. Because when you Christian a child, they don't know what you're Christian. You're making a covenant with God. And which is what Lucifer, when he was attacking people, was like, why is he attacking non-Christian? And he was like, no, these people were Christian. They covenant, the foundation of their parents that they gave, it was, you are a Christian. This is your covenant. They made a covenant with God. So Christianing is not for fun. So I was like, oh my goodness. So it was like, it's not for fun. You make a covenant and you live by that covenant. So I was like, okay. So I've learned that I never Christian my children. My children gets dedicated. When you dedicating a child, it means when they're older, they make their own decision if they want. So with alcohol, I was given a decision to make whether I wanted to drink or I didn't want to. Because when someone is young, they can't make that decision. You have to support them and not denying them, but you speak to them and say, listen, I need you to make a decision when you're older, whether you want to take to do this or you don't. And all those things that they play a big part in parenting. So they might clash. But you may find that sometimes you find parents that are willing to work together as a team. So it's really, really important to choose the right partner, guys, the right spouse. No, sometimes we fight. I was listening to Pastor James the other day. He was actually saying people fight for no reason. And I was like, actually, he's telling the truth. People just love to fight. Some other things just need discussion and working as a team, like a teamwork and agreeing with that person and say, you know what, let's just do this together and be a team. So that's what some things need, but sometimes the people fight. So it's important to just watch for red flags and why these things matters and all these things. Number 7, emotional intelligence. Empathy and regulation predict conflict. What do you mean? So, name feelings, listening replies quickly. So you just need to debrief conflicts. What did you hear me say? So learn to, and what do you need? So learn to deal with conflict. Was there any names, feelings, listening? Can you repair the conflict quickly, minimizing feelings, defensiveness as default? Before I used to wanting to be right about things, guys, but I've learned the hard way that it's nice to listen to someone when they're bringing their point of view and the intentions of that is important. Like the family background, the upbringing is really, really important when we are choosing a spouse. We copy or overcorrect our family scripts, share family monograms, discuss conflict, affection, money, and roles. So for me, guys, I was with my family are very, very simple people. My mom, she's very, very, my parents are very, very simple people. So it's really, really important. Finances is really, really important. Like I say, it's really, really important to be with someone. I went to a point where I was going like you guys, I share with you. how my degree was held for 3 years. I thought I said before I said 2 years, it's 3 years actually. It was held for 3 years. I spend lots of money studying. You know, when you're studying, you're working, it's not easy, and you have kids, you look after the kids, it's not easy. So for me, I had to do that, meaning I had to deprive going on an expensive holiday. I had to deprive myself to do that. But I'm finished now. I'm getting my degree. I've got my degrees, all certificate, got it. I can get a job, but I didn't study to get a job. I studied to be a psychologist. So it aligns with what I do. So I can have my own consultancy, my own clinic, whatever you call it. I can have my own things instead of working for somebody. But for me to get there, requires me to sacrifice other things. That there are some things that I had to deprive myself. I had to make sacrifices. But some people might not be in a position financially to make a sacrifice. There are some people, so does it mean that they are wrong or they are not? So it's important when you choose a life partner to make sure that you evaluate those things. If you already know the things that you want to do, discuss it with that person to make sure that they are willing to make those sacrifices with you. For me, those sacrifices, I didn't know that they were affecting other people, the person that I was dating. So it was affecting them. They didn't like it to deprive them to go on a holiday. They wanted to go on a holiday, drive nice cars and stuff. For me, I had to deprive myself to all those things in order to achieve it, even to start my business and stuff. I had to deprive other things. So it's really, really important to discuss things up front. Like if I was to, if someone, like if you sit down with someone and be upfront to say, listen, this is my goals, this is what I want to achieve. It's not gonna be easy, it's gonna require sacrifice. Some people don't want no sacrifice. They just want to live an ordinary life. They want to get up in the morning, go to work, get promotion, get paid, and go to work and save whatever they save, and they go on nice holidays. That's what they want. But for me, my life is for my future. I don't want those things. I want to be able, like for the past 3 days, I took 3 days off. But to taking 3 days off because I wanted to. No, I didn't want to, but I had to cleanse myself, to do other things. But I need to be able to be in a position financially to say I can take 20 days off, travel with my family, and have a life. Go, maybe just do some work, going working for God, and they come with me while they enjoy life. I want to be able to be in that position. But in order for you to get there, it requires sacrifice. It's not an easy journey. Some people might not be prepared for that. So it's important. That's when people enter a relationship and then things clash. Background, uh, I was raised by my parents, they are driven people. My mom, she's a very smart woman. And my dad is a very, very educated man. My mom, educated. So all these things is the things that my mom, she's a fashion designer. If you give her any dress, that's why I love clothes. If you give her anything, she will just look at it and just start designing it. So intelligence is important when you're dating someone. Date someone who is intelligent. So all those things that the red flags, green flags is awareness, boundary skills. When someone is aware and when someone understands the boundary skills, red flags, my family is normal, yours is the problem. When someone judges people, you don't have to judge anyone because the people they if people chooses to live that life, for me, I feel that is their life. So I don't have to judge them. I have to live them the way I find them. Financial habit is important. I said, guys, for me, I'm a woman who sacrifices for her children. So somebody may not be in that position. They may want the life to live just a life, an ordinary life. Why it matters, money fights are usually value fights. So giving, plan, reveal credit scores, debts, be transparent with the numbers budget you both understand. Red flags is the green flags is when you are transparent with the numbers. Budget you both you understand it. Hidden accounts. The red flags is hidden accounts, gambling, chronic scarcity mindset, and reckless spending. So for me, I don't spend the guys. You might see me like wearing different dresses. The secret, those dresses, I get them for free. Yeah, so some of them I get them for free, some of them I buy them. So some of them I get given, mostly the beautiful ones, they are for free. When you see me wearing a stunning, 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 beautiful dress, it's been given for me for free by the shops. I told you guys, you got to be intelligent. You got to be a woman. You got to be, I don't spend some of those dresses that you see me dancing, they cost hundred something pound. So I don't, some of them, I don't pay for them. So some people may say, oh, mom spends money, she likes shopping, and others may start going shopping. I don't. I get them for free. Like my daughter, she's going to uni next week. So I go online. I got to see which shop is willing to give me things for free. I'm not talking about like a second-hand new stuff that have never been worn, that have never been used. So you go online, you got to do some research. So that's what I do. To I don't really waste any money. So I don't want somebody to start spending money and wasting money to say, I want to dress like Nomsa, I want to do this. No, it's because of what I do. So you have to, sometimes you gotta do use your skills. So career inspiration, why is it matters? Work, efforts, time, locations, stress, identity, all these things matters. Discuss promotions, relocations, all these things, it has to be an agreement, mutual advocate, realistic expectations, boundaries, career aim, sabotaging, the red flags, the green flags is mutual advocates and realistic expectations, boundaries. And the red flags is career envy, sabotaging opportunities. My work always comes first. Me, I love to work, but my family comes first, not my work. Nothing comes first is God. God comes first because without God, I wouldn't be able to look after my family. So, and then my family are next to God. So, not my work. My work can wait. Like when I say to you guys, I was off for 3 days, it means my phone was off. My phone was on, but I wasn't answering any calls. So conflict resolution style. Happy couples still disagree. They just repair fast. How do you explore? Learn to repair script, practice time hours, scheduled returns. Green flags, I may be wrong, apologize to compromise. Red flags when scorekeeping, contempt, threats, and breakup. When someone breaks up with you, they're keeping scores. That is red flags. You need to get out. Just get out. When someone has red flags, they threaten you to break up with you. If you don't do this, I'm gonna break up with you. It means they're not. You can't threaten someone or give someone an ultimatum. I've been in that situation where someone gives me an ultimatum, and mostly about my church. Guys, I go to church and I come home. You know, like there's people who are really, really annoying when it comes to God, but for me, I mind my own business. I just go to church and I come home. And I don't see that I'm hurting anybody. So if I have to do something with that person, we can do it after church. I don't see anything wrong. So all those things when someone threatens, to break up with you because you just say, okay, you don't have to threaten anybody. And red flags, mind reading, expectations, sarcasm, and passive aggression. When someone is really, really being aggressive, me, I don't deal, my spirit will not allow me to be around people that are aggressive. I don't know why, but I feel very uncomfortable when I'm with people that are aggressive or judgmental. So I I feel fear, trust and transparency. Why it matters. Without trust, intimacy shrinks. How to explore, share phone boundaries, social media norms, private philosophy. I've never dated actually anyone who actually mind my social media or my phone. I've never been in that situation. Green flags is when proactive, honest, consistent, following through. Red flags when secrets, shifting stories, you're crazy. When someone calls you names and stuff, it's not very nice. We don't have authority to actually look people down. Past baggage, why it matters, unhealed pain leaks. It causes pain. So you have to make sure that you are healed. To share past relationship, betrayal traumas, and consider counseling. I love counseling, guys. Green flags is taking ownership, is healing works in progress. And red flags is all my exes were toxic. Revisiting old feelings, triggering unmanaged. So those are red flags. For me, um, forgiveness is ability. You will both fail if you don't know how to forgive. Define forgiveness versus a reconciliation practice, small repairs. Green flags is short grievance windows and repair attempts welcomed. And the red flags is when someone punishing you with silence, permanent labels. You always do this, you always do this. So those are red flags. Respect, why it matters. Respect is the soil where love grows. How do you like notice a tone when it comes to boundaries, how you are spoken about to others? Green flags is admiration, honoring differences, no name calling. When someone really honors you guys, it means they love you. They want to spend the rest of your life with you. But when someone is name calling, like myself, I've seen like there are things that sometimes I'll see people calling others names. So I'm thinking, who gives you that authority to call someone names or to belittle that person? Because we don't have the authority to belittle, to think that we are better than everybody else. I had this thing that was going on, and Lucifer now was coming in keeping scores with the satanic agents. They were coming in keeping scores. They're like, but you are this, your spouse is not that. Why is it belittling you? Why this? And I was like, you know what? You need to go. Because whether someone is belittling me or they're not belittling me, I don't really care. What I care about is why am I here on earth? Not here to look anybody down. I'm here to do the work. What God has assigned me to do. It means to love somebody for who they are. I don't have authority to belittle anybody. Whether someone has, you find there are people who are millionaires, billionaires, they don't have degrees. So whether you have PhD, whether you have a degree, for me, it doesn't change that we are all human beings. But nowadays, it matters a lot. Like even in relationship, with some people, they want to date people who have degrees. But in mindset, I think it's important because even those we call them not to have a degree, but they are millionaires, they are educating themselves every single day. So if they were to get an award, they will be in the same level with people that have a degree. because they are educating themselves. So it is important to find someone who is in the similar mindset, who are educating themselves each and every single day. They grow because the mind has to grow. If the mind doesn't grow, you stay behind. So it's important for the mind to grow. Physical attraction, it fuels affection and pursuit. It's important to actually discuss what makes you feel pursued and attractive. Mutual attraction, green flags is mutual attraction and non-sexual affection. Red flags is pressure to change core appearance. Discuss language. And someone, when they speak really bad language to you, and when they want you to change your looks, that's not good. Sexually compatibility. Mismatch expectation breed resentment. Talk frequently, initiation boundaries, healing needs, purity, conviction. The green flags accept curiosity, shared responsibilities for pressure and care. But the red flags is conscious, porn, sorcery, and shaming. When someone shames you, they disrespect you, and all these things, healthy and lifestyle. Habits today shape tomorrow, um, tomorrow's capacity. Our habits, who we become, it shapes like myself. I like to educate myself, like I said to you guys. I like my habit is like I love educating myself. I like living a healthy lifestyle. Disclose medical history, mental health, sleep, diet, substance, proactive care, that's green flags, therapy, GP when you need it, and red flags when hiding condition, addictions, and denial. Friendship foundation. Um, Friendship foundation is important. Schedule player habits, work, shared project, have shared projects, and have fun. Learn to have fun in life. Green, when you learn with laughter, inside jokes, safety in silence. Red flags is when someone tells you that we only connect sexually. It's mostly when people love to blame, guys. Relationship, it takes two to tango. Some people, they make a decision and they make a decision like they don't want to be with you and you discuss what did I do wrong. They don't want to talk to you. They make a decision. That is a red flag. Don't even try to figure out why you're stressed with that person, kind of a person. Mutual support, why it matters you are teammates, not rivals. And you share your next stretch goals and ask, how can I help and stuff. Ask if you can help. Green flags is when you're celebrating your wins together, covering for each other's weaknesses, protecting each other, not going to family members, talking about your spouse. They do that in these days. A man will go to their family and they will start backstabbing his wife, or his wife will go to his family, they'll start backstabbing her husband. So people do that, but it's important if you are in a relationship, make sure that um, you celebrate each other and make sure that you love each other and honor each other is really, really important. Um, and support each other. Share your goals together is really, really important. Personal growth. People change. So understand that when it comes to personal growth, people change by design or by drift. Quarterly growth plans have plans, books together, courses, retreats together. So those are things that are important. Feedbacks, welcome curiosity, that's green flags, red flags, this is who I am. Take it or leave it. Because when we change, we have to change with our spouse as well, our spouse. But this is where it becomes difficult. If you are somebody who likes to grow, and if your spouse, they are not that kind of a person, like they don't like to read, they don't like to educate themselves, they don't like to grow, this is where it becomes difficult. Like myself, I like to grow. I go to retreats. I took 3 days off really to cleanse myself. So I might date somebody who is not interested in all that. But does it mean they are bad? No, they are not. So it's important really to have these kind of things, a kind of meeting and talk with that person. Or sometimes, unfortunately, when we say people grow, sometimes like myself, the person who I was 14 years ago, I'm still the same person, but I've grown mentally, my habits, I've not changed, but I've grown because I love reading. I love doing research. I love gaining skills. Like as I'm saying to you guys, I'm graduating in 2 weeks' time. I'm actually at university because I need to understand for my business. There are some things that I need to understand. And when I pay someone to do the work, sometimes with the social media, I find it so annoying because I don't really know what I'm talking about. So it's nice for me to have that skills. So when I employ someone, I tell them exactly what I want them to do. Or when I'm free, I just go and do it myself because social media is what builds a business on social media, getting clients. So as I'm saying to you guys, I'm graduating, but I'm also doing a course at university. So I need somebody that will be very, very supportive to say, you go, girl, you go, you do this. Because for me, educating myself is important. For me to understand that I like my name to be somewhere next to Bill Gates one day. But in order for me to get there, I need to learn things, how it works. If I need to build apps or if I need to do something, I've got to have at least, now we have AI. So I need to have at least some kind of ideas of when I'm talking about social media, because life is now is digital. So when I talk about digital, I need to know what I'm talking about. So it's important that I'm growing. So if I'm dating somebody who's annoying me, who doesn't understand the power of growth, we will clash. The mindset wise will clash. So it's important for when you are entering that relationship to really evaluate, can this person grow with me? Or they are just looking for a wife to have sex, have children, and that's it. So it's really, really important. And also culture differences. Culture shapes meaning of respect, time, affection, holidays. Share ritual foods, luggage plans, and blended calendars. Green flags is learning each other's culture with joy. My way is the right way. No, it's not. So those things are important. Um, all these things they are very, very important when we enter a relationship. Not our ways are important. We have to share. Goals have to be created. Um, you have to create goals together with that person. Because if you don't create goals or saying my culture, like myself, I'm not a person, I've always questioned my mom about my culture. I'm not a woman, or like when I listen to like how God works, God does not work based on culture. He says the culture in the Bible, culture destroys uh, his commandment. So honor your parents, honor your family. He wants you to honor your family. But when it comes to culture, the culture people, they use culture instead of following the Bible. So for me, it's important. Let me share the video, guys. So for me, it's really, really important to actually, I always question my mom when we talk about cultures. So I'll be like, Mom, who created this culture? Why was this culture created? And my mom would be like, I don't know. I've never questioned it. I think there might be some root, someone put it in place and the people decided to follow it. So those kind of things I question, but I'm not a person that says in um, my culture is or else. I don't do those kind of things. I have to consider the other person. I have to explain to them why do I, but I don't follow any cultures because I don't know why. I don't follow. The only thing that I actually ask, like if I'm with my mom, I do things. My family they do the culture things, but there are some culture that you can say that are made up. So that's why I don't get involved in too much of the culture, because some things are made up. So I don't get involved in those things. I'm a very, very simple woman who lives a simple life. If I need to follow culture, I ask my mom to help me to follow that or to do for me to do what I have to do. So I can do that culture. And there are things that I understand, like in my culture, like there are things that I know that when it comes to dating, I know these certain guys, there's certain people for me, like my mom, she's a pastor. I have to follow, um, she's a pastor, so I have to date someone that will align with my family. My family are lovely people. So we have this thing where we family people. So I have to date someone who puts family first. So that's what I see. That is a big thing in my family. My family, if I was to have like you go home with someone, they'll be all wanting to make that person give joy to that person. That's how I see the things with my family. But I don't have like extremely to say I have this extremely culture. If you don't do this, if you don't do that, we're not gonna get along. I don't do those kind of things. So so it's important. And UK also English people, they have a simple culture as well. They are family, most of English people are family oriented people. So which makes it very, very easy to get along with people here in the UK. And also, I was told by my stepdad that because I'm going to someone else's territory, I need to learn their territory, their culture, instead of holding on to my own, like say, oh, I can't do this because my culture is this. No. So I don't do that. Um, Boundaries. Why boundaries? Boundaries protect love from resentment. So define alone time, device use, friendship. Like I've learned something, your exes, work hours. I've learned something that I need to, phone is not important. At first, I thought the phone with my business is really, really important. But I realized that my family are important. Green flags is it's safe, limits are honored. Red flags when guilt is tripping, surveillance, boundary testing, family expectations and laws. Marriage aids system, not just people. Visits, holiday, money, help, private decisions, group chat. Yeah, so this group chat actually destroyed my life. When you're dating someone, you see families disrespecting you, they aid their own child, and you're being pushed aside. So, but what they didn't know, people they don't know that they are actually destroying your marriage. I watched my marriage being destroyed by people. they're like, you are not good enough for us, but we're gonna take our son. Is important. Even Lucifer took that as a record and recorded it that they have destroyed your child. So they need to honor that. They have destroyed your child. Your child will grow up without a father because they've taken that privilege from her. Because when someone is a group chat, family is a group chat, and they invite their own child. So to them, it might not be a big thing, but it's a big thing to somebody to say, oh, so I'm not needed. Your son or your child, your daughter is more important. So in that way, people, they're not voicing it out loud, but they're telling you that you're not good enough to be part of us. But they don't see it that way. But that's where things, for me, my experience, that things started happening. Holidays, they go WhatsApp group, they will invite their own, they'll add their own, but not realizing that God is a God of miracle. And also, God might forgive, but Lucifer will not. Some people don't understand what Lucifer is. Lucifer is someone that actually punishes people. He punishes people for doing the wrong to others. So, but I'm glad that I experienced I experienced him. So I get to know that no, I can't treat people like this. So people do that, but it's not, when it comes to relationship, if someone is dating someone, you got to respect them. You have to honor them, because that person will turn around later and blame his own family or her own family and say, you actually destroyed my relationship. We might not, it might be okay in that moment, but when it comes to a later on, that person will evaluate and say, my family destroyed me. I wish they had given me the opportunity to be this person, to tell me the truth, but they did it. And then that person will turn their back on them. It happens. So it's important, guys. What do we do? It will always come back to haunt us. So it's very, very important when we have a family expectations. Mostly the relationship nowadays is destroyed by in-laws. When I'm saying the in-laws, both side of a woman. I watched a woman, she was on Steve Harvey. Her husband was complaining that I can't do anything without her family. Everything that we have to do, her family have to be involved in this driving me nuts. But she didn't realize it. So, and the Steve Harvey was like, what's up, girl? And the woman was like, I do everything with my family. And he was like, buddy, you need the time with your husband. And the husband was like, oh no, we cannot do anything, any decision without her family. Her family, a big family. And they were like, we love each other. It was so funny. So yeah, it's important, guys. Family back off. Like myself, I'm learning to back off with my children. It's hard, but I'm learning to back off. Parents styling children. It's easier to build a strong children than repair broken marriages. Desire for kids, a timing, discipline, schooling, faith, infertility plans, all these things, they come to pass, they come. So you have to, that is the spirit that actually is making judgment, is speaking through me. So it's important, guys, to actually, which is no authority to do that. It's important to actually work as a team as parents. Green flag when is when you share principles and flexibility. Red flags is deal breakers and spoken well when it. So it's important to actually work together as a team of parenting. For me, when it comes to my children, children are not easy to raise. So as long we don't spoil children, I'm good to go. friendship and social cycles is important. You become like your closest five. So it's important that the people that are in your circle meet each other's friends, discuss boundaries with opposite sex friends. I've gone out with friends, like when I'm going out, like sometimes the friends will cross the line, say things to other people's husband that they shouldn't be saying. So green flags is community that champions your union. Party culture, red flags is a party culture that undermines commitment, friends who mock marriages. So those things, 29, handling stress and crisis, know how to handle stress. Storms reveal structure. Stimulate stress, plan trips, tackle a home project or budget crunch. And the green flags when collaboration and problem solving, calm under pressure when you're under pressure. The red flags is skepticism, blame, shouting down for days. You don't have to shout to your spouse if things are not going well. You work together as a team. Reaction and recreation and hobbies, joy is glue. Design a fun map, share the solo and new activities to try on together. Cheer each other's passion, playful rituals. The red flags when sharing hobbies, zero shared fun. So it's really, really important. Or be honest about weaknesses as well. Vulnerability invites intimacy and help. Share honor mutual triggers tender spots. So green flags, confession without drama, ask for support. Image like management, secrecy, and fine. I don't want to talk. That's red flags. And patience, tolerance, is really, really important. The small frictions compound without grace. Identify three quicks you will choose to let go. Three you will kindly address. So all these things, and green flags, honor, generosity, interpretations. Red flags is chronic nitpicking, contempt, commitment to relationship. Love is a daily verb. It grows, love grows together when you grow together. Red, green flags when there's a willingness for counseling, books, mentorship. There's no love that will grow without counseling, guys. I don't know wherever you culture, whatever, but you need counseling, willingness for counseling. Green flags when someone is willing for counseling, books, mentorship, therapies for weak people, ultimate threats when someone is threatening you. There is no way you can build a happy relationship without counseling. Relationship will last. If you don't have counseling, it will last for years, but it doesn't mean you'll be happy. You live a depression life. Like just you settle for that moment just to be married for the ring. Right person timing, when the right person they enter your life, you know they are right. Wrong season, strange love. Assess bandwidth, grief, debt, studies, recovery. Consider pitfalls, delay, no drifting. Stability is key area, clear plan. That's green flags, red flags when rubbish to beat a clock stagnation with no milestone. So, guys, those things are really, really, really important. Unconditional love, the covenant of mindset, why it matters, the feeling fractured, the covenant anchors. Define vows in plain language, what you will do on hard days. Discuss deal breakers with the sobriety. We choose as like a green flags is we choose as when someone chooses the two of you in relationship. Practice a sacrificial love. It's not easy to love someone. It's not easy to let someone into your life. Red flags in performative love, conditional affection, if you then are. It's when someone really doesn't love you, they are with you for their own gain. Or they're just with you because they don't feel confident to tell you that they don't want to be with you. So all these things are really, really, really important when you are in a relationship, even when you choose your life partner. And most of all is not to undermine anyone. If you meet someone, the relationship doesn't work. Not be not the one that is responsible. There are some guys when they end the relationship, they make the other person feel bad. There are some women when they end the relationship, they make the men feel bad, not wanting to date. Imagine God when you die and God says you are not going to enter my kingdom because you were responsible in bruising my soul. If you're not compatible with that person, leave them with grace, leave them with dignity. So it's really, really important, guys. I actually stress if you're dating someone and you feel that you are not compatible with that person, don't leave them bruised by saying horrible things. It's okay not to be compatible. It's also not okay to bruise someone's wife or to bruise someone's husband. There are men who don't want to date nowadays because they tell you that my ex treated me really bad. They never got counseling, it treated me really bad. And I don't even want to date because women are horrible. There are women who don't want to date because they were abused by men, they were treated bad by men. They don't want to date anymore because they feel everybody is the same. But no, people are different. So if you were to date somebody and you feel, you know what, this person, you tell them straight away that we are not compatible. And when we are not compatible, we have to go separate ways because that's the only way. Instead of saying you're this, you're other guys, they tell me this, they tell me that, and I'm thinking, I'm looking, and I'm like, seriously? Oh yeah. The guy will tell me that you are this, oh, I can't stand you because you are this, you are this, you are this. I'm thinking, I'm not done anything to you. I'm just living my life and I'm just being me. So, but sometimes the people they do that because they are not confident within themselves. Like for me, you guys have seen how confident I am. If I was to leave someone, I wouldn't want to hurt them because I need them to remember the person they have dated, even when they go to heaven. I want them to testify to God that actually that girl treated me well. I might not have been with her, but she treated me well. Not just by like wanting to disrespect anybody. You don't have to disrespect anybody. But what I don't do is I don't let people take me for granted. There's a big difference, guys, when you're treating someone right and then letting them take you for granted. So never ever let someone enter your life and take you for granted. So those things are truly, truly important. So I hope you guys, if you are in a relationship, I hope you will continue to grow in your relationship. Remember as well, when you're watching a video, reading a book, remember that person wrote a book based on their experience. So you then have to read the book, you have to watch the video and create your own experience. Not wanting to say, oh, I read this book and this book said we need to do this. No, you don't do that. So you create your own glory, your own love story based on the as individual. So that is important. And I hope you guys continue to grow each other if you are in a relationship. And if you are not in a relationship, I hope you will continue believing that your spouse is out there waiting for you to find them. Not to say I've been treated bad, women, they're all the same. We're all different. Men are all different, guys. So God bless everyone. Um, um, if you're watching from YouTube, please do subscribe. If you're watching from Facebook, we have got two groups, Unique Billionaire Mindset and Gossip of Shows. And join the groups and be part of the family. and they all go to the website as well. We do epigenetic matchmaking now. It's all biology. We do all the tests and stuff. So if you are interested in that, we do that as well. So you can give me a call, or if the website has the number, just to find out about epigenetic matchmaking. So God bless everyone.